Hi, I'm Bob Albano with Hendrickson Suspensions, and we're here today to talk about our Steertek NXT suspension and axle product. Originally released in 2001, we have over 450,000 of these units successfully fielded. In 2017, we decided to offer our Steertek NXT Heavy Duty to the fire and rescue market. It's available in capacities of 16,000 all the way up to 24,000 and available with disc and drum brakes. This is more of a system approach where historically fire and rescue manufacturers had purchased an axle from one supplier, spring and shocks from another supplier, and developed their own solution. This product, Hendrickson, controls all of the different components, and we utilize a system approach. So some unique features of the Steertek NXT suspension system are the parabolic spring that we've chosen to use. As we mentioned, we have a number of different spring capacities available, ranging from 16,000 pounds all the way up to 24,000 pound capacity. Parabolic, the term refers to the shape of the spring, and that refers to the gaps in between the springs packs, where historically a multi-leaf spring would have the springs stacked upon each other. So one of the benefits of having gaps in between the springs is it allows us to travel the spring more. It also reduces the interleaf friction that you would typically find in a multi-leaf spring. Another benefit of the Steertek NXT spring is the length of the spring. We've gone with a 56-inch spring where historically fire truck manufacturers were using a 52 or 54-inch spring. The benefit of a longer spring is it allows more travel up and down. Steertek NXT system typically is going to offer anywhere between 6.5 inches of total wheel travel and 6.8 depending on the configuration. So corrosion has been a key topic in the fire market, and one of the benefits of us using a parabolic spring is our ability to treat in between the leaves with a zinc-enriched paint, which is more resistant to corrosion. The challenge from a spring standpoint is when you have corrosion on the spring, essentially the spring gets hardened and embrittled, and the spring rate of the spring goes up, so it makes it harder to move the spring. With a parabolic spring, because I can treat in between the spring leaves, the spring rate remains consistent over the life of the spring, therefore keeping the ride quality from day one all the way through till you end up taking the truck out of service. So one of the challenges with using a parabolic spring over a multi-leaf spring is typically parabolic springs have a softer spring rate, which equates to a softer ride, which equates to more comfort for the end users. Due to the softer ride, we tend to lose roll stiffness. So one of the ways that Hendrickson decided to pull some of that roll stiffness back in was to incorporate a threaded pin bushing. What that does is, as the suspension moves up and down, the bushing has resistance built in, so it makes it stiffer from a roll stiffness standpoint. Another one of the very unique features to the Steertek NXT system is our integrated clamp group, and we do this for a number of different reasons. Typically, the spring pack has to be assembled at the manufacturer, and the U-bolts have to be torqued one at a time. This creates stress risers in the spring when we have uneven clamp loads on the spring pack. In the Hendrickson Steertek NXT system, this assembly is run down all at the same time with a 4-nut runner to assure that we're getting evenly distributed clamp load on the clamp group. Another benefit to the Steertek NXT clamp group being assembled by Hendrickson is when it's shipped into the manufacturer, they essentially just have to make 2 connections down here at the axle assembly for an easy installation. So another benefit of the Steertek NXT axle is it's a fabricated axle that uses a box-shaped design, which is more resistant to torsional, vertical, and horizontal twisting than a standard I-beam axle. With the Steertek NXT knuckle assembly, serviceability was one of the main considerations we looked at when we designed the one-piece knuckle. In order to access a standard kingpin, typically you're going to have multiple different components that have to be disassembled to get access to the kingpin. On the Hendrickson Steertek NXT system, essentially you have 4 bolts that need to be undone, and that grants you access to the cryogenically pressed-in kingpin. Steertek NXT axle is available in multiple brake configurations. We go up to 23,000 pounds with a standard drum brake, and we offer air disc brakes up to 24,000 pounds. The Steertek NXT system is designed to target up to 45 degrees of wheel cut with a 425 tire in both directions. This is different than many other suspensions where they can get 45 degrees of wheel cut in one direction, but may not be able to attain it in both directions. In summary, Steertek NXT is designed for maximum comfort for its occupants, maximum durability with reduced maintenance. It's available in capacities of 16,000 pounds up to 24,000 pounds. It's also available with both disc and drum brakes. We look forward to talking with you soon about Steertek NXT products and how it may help your fleet. Thank you, and we're proud to be on your team.